Well, that is just about that for the Pro Tour, my friends. Congratulations to Nathan Stoyer. A huge win for him. But we're going to wrap things up here on the main stage by bringing out some of the casters that have been walking us through this event to get their perspective on the weekend and the massive win from Nathan. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Eilidh, Lonie and Corey Baumeister. Hey, mate. Have a seat, dude. Good to see you.
Hello, hello.
Oh, my goodness. So, look, I've been where you two have been many times. Long weekends, casting all weekend. It takes it out of you. So thanks so much for finding the last few drops of juice to come and join us on the stage
energy
here.
drinks.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank me after I say words because who knows what's going to happen in this daze that we just are in.
It's good to have the two of you here, but keen-eyed people out there will have noticed we do have a fourth seat reserved for our champion, who will be joining us a bit later on. If you wanted to meet the man, the myth, the legend, Nathan Stoyer himself, that opportunity will be yours. Maybe get a photo or an autograph with the reigning world champion and reigning Pro Tour champion.
Yeah.
What an incredible performance, Eilidh. We have not seen dominance from a single player like this for such a long time.
I mean, he's the magic equivalent of Roman Reigns at this point. You know, he's just like, all the trophies are mine. Yes, thank you very much. He's got his entourage hoisting him in the air. You know.
Yeah. It's truly,
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's truly insane. We haven't seen anything like this since Luis Scott Vargas top 8'd 3 of these premier events in a row.
But he didn't win them.
He didn't win any of them.
He didn't win any of them.
He didn't win any of them. Nathan won 2 of the last 3 premier events. It's truly unheard of right now, the timeline we're living in.
I don't know that we've ever had a reigning world champion and Pro Tour champion. I don't know that that's ever happened. We'll have to go back and
We'll have to
dig
ask
through
Rich
the-
Hagan about that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Call Frank. Someone call Frank.
We need
Figure it out.
Brian David Marshall, the Pro Tour historian, to answer that one. Anyway, Corey, what have we learnt from this event? I want to talk about both formats. We'll start with Standard.
Yeah.
What are some of the things we've learnt from Standard thanks to this Pro Tour?
Well, number one thing we learned from Standard is that Nathan owns Standard now.
Yeah, that's his
can
domain,
do
for
whatever
sure.
he wants with it. Now, the one thing that we learned from the weekend is Fable the Mirror Breaker is, of course, extremely powerful. You know, both of the finalists were playing 4 of the card, but there were plenty of other decks that we saw. Autumn Burchett playing black-white mid-range, didn't utilize the card. You know, we also saw Azorius Soldiers in there. So there were players domain control as well. So there were 3 non-Fable decks in the top 8. So you don't necessarily have to be playing that card to have success at the highest level.
It is still obviously extremely dominant, though, Eilidh. So what are your thoughts moving forward? How are you going to be approaching Standard after this tournament? Maybe some of the lessons you've taken away from this weekend?
play whatever beats Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I don't know what that is right now. Because,
just
everyone who's
disenchant.
just destroy evils aplenty, just
Yeah, there you
pack
go.
all
There were a lot of those,
around
yeah.
the third path. You know, myself personally, I prefer the white-based decks, so I'll give those a go and see if it can hold up.
You're
you know?
playing the Burchett special after this, huh?
Yeah, I just don't know if I have the endurance to play
Yeah.
that long and that grindy of a match.
We
Oh,
barely
boy.
had the endurance to cast that match. I mean,
No, I
that
think we were like
was-
just slumped in our chair. You got off the one, just slapping yourself in the face, trying to
I was
stay awake.
dancing around at the booth. I'm like, I need to keep it
Gotta
going.
keep the energy up.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Amy, continuing with you, your thoughts on the draft format. I know you're a big fan of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
described it sort of like almost like a cube draft. How was it watching the pros in one of the best seats in the house draft this format?
It was absolutely nutty. If you had to look at some of the deck lists that went 3-0, you would have gone, what?
Yeah.
Okay, Selesnya. No, 5-color all of a sudden. You know, Nontacorn being one of the one of the main players, rocking just Atraxa, you know, just for whatever reason, it worked. And just crushing it. So any of the archetypes or any of the color pairs that you want to try, if you get the support for it, you get the fixing, you can have success with them. And I think that is the sign of an excellent limited format.
It's
and one of the best of all
hallmark
time.
of a great
for sure.
format, that's right, where you don't have that huge division between colours. You know, Corey, we've seen formats in the past where like a colour is deemed unplayable, right? Like you can't draft it, but you can win with anything in this format.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen different formats where you go into these pro tours and, well, the pros have like 3 weeks to get ready. They're testing with their teammates. So you figure something out, be like, okay, this is just definitively the best archetype. Now it becomes the question, does everyone think that? Will I be able to force this out of draft? Not with this one. We saw out of the I believe it was like 29 3-0s, something like that. There was 5 blue-white, and then it was just 4-4-4, 3-3-3 in every color pair. So it really showed that whatever you wanted to do, whatever kind of specialist you are in a certain archetype for limited, you can win with it. Even you, Riley. Okay, maybe not quite
maybe
but
not.
pretty close.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep things real. Exactly right. Anyway, look, I can see waiting in the wings. We have our champion. I'll get you two to scoot down one chair to make room for the man of the hour. My friends, please put your hands together and welcome to the stage the World and Pro Tour champion, Mr. Nathan Stoyer.
How's he doing?
Have a seat, mate. Woo! First of all,
we're not worthy, buddy.
Nathan, congratulations. This is an absolutely monumental achievement. I don't think anyone has been a reigning world champion and Pro Tour champion at the same time before. Talk us through what's going through your heart and your head at the moment. I mean, this must feel incredible.
I mean, currently I'm just thinking about how I got here. I mean, for one, obviously there's a ton of prep involved for these tournaments, and even if you are winning more than any other player, winning 2 of these high-level tournaments is practically unheard of, like you were saying. And for me, clearly I'm running on the right side of variance, but something else is going right, some magic is going right. And I've talked about this a lot already, but my team is such a huge part of this that...
Well, let's get into it. Let's hear it for Team Handshake, everyone. Look, here they come. Team Handshake, one of the dominant
best team
forces in Magic at the moment. Nathan, you've worked so hard alongside your team, and I know, as you said, they've been an instrumental part of your success.
Totally. I mean, one thing that I think our team does that sets us apart is, I mean, every pro team has their own process for testing for tournaments, but I think we're a group of really good friends that are motivated to help each other on a level like I haven't seen before. And that's been consistent throughout the COVID era and everything after that and in between. And I think that playing in person and having a testing house for the last few events has really, really motivated me to take my game to the next level and try super hard for these events. And I'm loving it. I'm loving playing in paper, being around people, having that same social experience. It really feels great. And so I would say that's my biggest thing that's been going super well.
Yeah, I mean, being the flag bearer for such an incredible team, it is, at the end of the day, a massive part of the success you've enjoyed. So well done, not just to you, but also your team. Corey.
Yeah, I mean, the major serious question I have, of course, is when are you going to change your name to, like, Kai Stoyer or, Nathan Buddha? Like, I mean, you're approaching this dominance that Kai has done back in the day. Is that coming up soon?
What about the reverse, Corey? Can we do the opposite now?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Kai Stoyer.
Kai Stoyer's got a good sense.
Touche, great answer.
Oh, man. And I just want to ask you, that intentional draw... I need to know what was going through your mind when you're sitting there. It's your last chance to get the 12 wins. Were you thinking, oh, beep?
I was thinking, wow, my deck is terrible and I'm 2-0 in this pod somehow. Maybe a draw will let me get in with an extra loss.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any math, purely vibes based.
That's largely my approach to maths as well. Just vibe it out, man. Yeah.
But the double loss ended up being humorous instead of being quite embarrassing at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you guys are almost in an unintentional draw too. Corey came backstage, he's like, oh, my gosh, guys, you don't know what's happening outside right now. And I'm just like,
I was watching your match with Carl, and it was the second time y'all were playing, and I remember you saying to him, it was just like, okay, we got about 12 minutes or whatever left, just so you know, a draw would obviously be a bit of a train wreck. Luckily, you were able to draw out of that and 2-0 him there.
Right. I mean, I would say drawing that match was one of the silliest things I've done all weekend, but I've kept it together in the Magic I've played.
Well, look
so
what's
that's
in
what
your
counts.
left hand there, my friend. I think,
Obviously, you played perfectly,
you
right?
look real smart right now.
Yeah, results-oriented thinking. If you won, then you did everything perfectly. That's how it works. I want to ask you, Nathan, a lot of the times when we're interviewing winners, we talk about their ambition, right? Like this win or whatever they've achieved, how that might be spurring them on to bigger and better things. There aren't bigger and better things for you to achieve. You have won the World Championship. You're a Pro Tour champion. Unless you plan to just keep winning these tournaments forever, like, what's next for you, man? I really want to know.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of my love for the game is I want to help others succeed, and so I love helping to coach people and teaching others. And so I plan on continuing to do that, as well as I'll be competing. I mean, I love to come here and compete and help my team, and I want to see them succeed. Of course, hopefully I'll be back myself, but yeah, I'm really excited to keep grinding these events, and that's about it.
I'm glad that the fire is still there. You seem very, very highly motivated. Let's wrap things up here. We're going to go down the line. Start with you, Eilidh. Personal highlights. What's some of the things that some of the memories you're going to carry away from this weekend?
Oh man, just the ways in which the players won this weekend. You know, I said to Nathan after his winning in, I said, you're gonna give me a heart attack at a young age because you stressed me out to no end. Like, we feel not as much as what they're feeling in the feature match area, obviously, but just the emotion, the joy, the elation. I mean, I get goosebumps just thinking about the reactions from players making it, winning. It's the best part about Magic is just the emotional side of things.
And it's something that, you know, has been lacking really for the last couple of years. The three of us, we've been doing these broadcasts remotely, thousands of kilometres apart, and while it's been great to see people win, you know, in the comfort of their own homes on these arena tournaments, Eilidh, it's nothing like actually being there, right?
It's not the same. We were there when Yatta happened, but can you imagine that in person amongst friends, colleagues, peers? Nothing beats being in person.
It is a very old and tired cliche, but Magic really is nothing without the gathering. It's so
That's
true.
right, that's right.
Absolutely. Corey, your thoughts, mate? A big weekend of Magic. What are you going to be taking away from it?
Yeah, so the one thing that I really love is, you know, the history of the game. You know, I grew up watching, you know, all these old guard players win these tournaments on dial-up internet, you know, back at my house, and just thinking and seeing like Kai, John, all them dominate the game, what it would be like to be playing in that current, you know, state of the game. And we've seen Luis Scott Vargas top 8 3 events in a row. He didn't win any of those. Nathan did win 2 of these events, so it's really awesome to see history being made, you know, in front of my face, and having a front row seat to, you know, your incredible run. And maybe people don't know this as much. There was a modern tournament, like 2 weeks ago, were we at SCG, right?
Some SCG Richmond.
Yeah, SCG Richmond, and just in case anybody's wondering if he has a chance to do well in Barcelona for that modern event, he won that too.
He won that as well.
He won that
Without
20.
having played modern?
Top 16 or something. Just another casual dub for you, mate.
Just won it, yeah.
Guess so.
It's interesting, Nathan, because something that Corey said really resonated with me. I started playing Magic back in 2012, and I remember the first Pro Tour that I watched was Pro Tour Avison Restored, and I watched Alexander Hayne win that. And my impression as someone who'd never played any competitive Magic was that obviously he was the best player in the world, right? Because he won the Pro Tour. That's as simple as that. And mate, there are going to be people who have watched last year's World Championship, have watched this event, right? And you are that player for them. Kids, people who are just discovering this game for the first time, wanting to get into competitive Magic, they now see you, rightfully so, as this pinnacle of greatness within Magic the Gathering.
You
a
are
hero.
the next level.
And it's such a well-deserved position for you. So this victory, I mean, I know it means so much to you, but it'll mean so much to everyone out there who is now aspiring to be you. So something else for you to take away from this weekend, an incredible accomplishment. Need I ask, what are the memories, what are the highlights that you're taking away from this Pro Tour?
I mean, it's an honor, really. I can't believe how incredibly... I'm kind of at a loss for words. The weekend just was perfect. Like, the Airbnb testing, the late night games, the day 2 draft draw, the losing 2 win-ins, and for the Pro Tour, to my 2 teammates, Javier and Simon, seeing their celebrations, being ecstatic for them, feeling like, oh my gosh, I just really want to be there with them. I'm so happy for them. I got to win this next match. Taking down that last match and giving Javier a big hug, and then playing today, and man, I didn't feel this anxious at Worlds, but I think it's something about being in person and just being around everyone and feeling the energy is just like, wow, I'm not playing in front of a computer screen. I'm here in person, and I'm looking someone in the eyes while I'm playing spells, and that's really special for me. So, yeah, truly, truly awesome stuff.
Yeah, and with, you know, such a supportive team, you know, cheering horde behind you to back you to the hilt. I mean, we've talked about Team Handshake already. Is there any, I mean, you can once again regale them with your thanks and appreciation, but are there other people also that you want to thank in getting you to this point here?
Yeah, thank you so much to my girlfriend Rachel, being amazing.
There she is,
Team
everyone.
manager. And huge shout out to my parents for being super supportive and sending me lovely messages. My 6-year-old sister for sending me her her blessing this morning and cheering me on. And yeah, my brother, just my family and friends that have got me to this point. It's been really, really awesome. Yeah.
Well, Nathan Stoyer, one final time from all of us on behalf of the entire MagicCon Minneapolis, congratulations, a hard-earned and thoroughly deserved victory. My friends, once more, let's congratulate Nathan Stoyer, our Pro Tour champion. Nathan, I'm pretty sure there might be some people hanging out here who maybe want to grab a photo with you or an autograph. It's not too often that you get to meet a Pro Tour champion, so if you want to stick around and do that with them, that'd be fantastic. Of course, we'd love to have you there. But my friends, that's all she wrote today, sports fans. That is it for us here at the main stage at MagicCon Minneapolis. Hoping to see you at another MagicCon in the future. Of course, tickets go on sale for Barcelona before too long, so we're hoping to see you over there. Otherwise, maybe later on in Vegas as we come back stateside later on in the year. Thanks for hanging out with me at the main stage throughout the weekend. It's been great to have your company. Hope to see you again very soon at another MagicCon. One final time here in Minneapolis, this is Riley Knight. On behalf of the entire broadcast team, I want to thank the production staff behind the curtains for looking after me and the rest of the team throughout the weekend. Wouldn't be possible without them, pressing the buttons, making sure the mics are hot and the lights are on. So thank you so much to everyone who's contributed to the success of the main stage. Let's hear it for the production team behind the curtain here. You don't know they're there, and that means they're doing a great job. But that really is all she wrote today. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you as this event closes down. Hopefully we'll see you at another MagicCon in the future. All right, that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Take it easy. Cheers.